Hello once again, fellow Star Trek fans. To quote the great General Trelane,
Retired, sir. Just Squire
retired, the Squire of Gothos, greetings and felicitations. And I welcome you to another video. And this is going to be a video involving Star Trek. So a lot of the reasons why I created this channel was, first, I like to share my Star Trek collection with you guys. Second of all, if there's something that's hard to find or rare or something you just don't see very often, I like to make a video so you guys can actually see it. Now, today's subject is going to be Star Trek The Next Generation. And I'm going to show you guys a model kit of the U.S.S. Enterprise NCC 1701D. What makes this one special is this is an AMT kit. Now, I've spoken of this kit before, and I've given you all the information on it. But what I'm going to do in this video is I'm actually going to unbox it, and I'm going to actually show it to you, because I've done some research on the internet and YouTube, and no matter what, there's really not a whole lot of information or images or video available on this model. And this is an AMT model that pioneered another area. So let's talk about the U.S.S. Enterprise NCC 1701D. This, of course, is by AMT, ERTL, and this one has the fiber optics. And what makes this one special is it comes with the drill and the fiber optic cable, and what you do is you drill the holes into the hull, and then you run the fiber optics, and you can light the ship. Now, when it comes to AMT models of the Enterprise, they're very pioneering. Actually, hang on a sec. I want to show you. Okay, so I've done a history on the AMT model kits, in particular the Enterprise. You can check that out. But what I want to show you is AMT really pioneered the special model kits for Star Trek. This one, you can see if it has the As Seen on NBC logo, it actually has the lights. So the upper and lower domes and the power units. And this actually has the light up Bassard collectors. The Bassard collectors are modeled in clear orange plastic. And you have the bridge and the sensor dome on the bottom that light up. And this was revolutionary because this was the first one to come out with that AMT. So after that came Star Trek The Motion Picture, and another pioneering model kit by AMT was the U.S.S. Enterprise refit from Star Trek The Motion Picture. And this one had lights that would light up the primary hull. It didn't light up the underneath, but it did light the lights, the saucer lights. You can see some of the things that lit up. And this one was pioneering in its field for Star Trek The Motion Picture. So it went from pioneering the original Enterprise to the refit with lights. So moving on, now the model kit that I'm going to show you is the Enterprise D, but they actually took it a step further after that, because AMT actually came out with the molded in clear. By the way, this is the same mold that about the kit that I'm about to show you with the fiber optic. And this one actually would come with the Aztecing decals. Now, this one is out of production. Now you've got to buy the Aztecing decals separately. But this one is the same size and basically taken from the same mold as the model that I'm going to show you. So with the whole thing clear, it's a lot easier to light up and light all the windows. So that brings us back to what I'm going to show you today. This is a pioneering model in the fact that we have the use of fiber optics. The Bussard collectors light up, as do the nacelles and the deflector dish. I might note that AMT also made a fiber optic version of the Deep Space Nine. And by the way, they have a clear version of the Deep Space Nine as well. So with that all being said, getting back to this particular model kit, this is from Star Trek The Next Generation. And this is the Enterprise D, and it features the fiber optics. Again, this is going to come with all this stuff, the drill. Detailed model kit includes the following items for illuminating the U.S.S. Enterprise. Over 2,000 inches of fiber optic filament, 6-volt DC power source, requires 4 C batteries. The micro drill bit requires 2 AA batteries. Power source jack and wiring, 12 light sources, and 4 chrome reflective strips. So we're able to see the box. And like I said, I gave you guys the information about this model. But what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to show it to you. We're going to do an unboxing, and I'm going to actually show you all of the elements that come with this kit. And I'll show you the instructions and everything. So let's take it over to the desk, and we'll see what comes in this kit. Okay, so we get the model, and it's the wrapping is a little damaged on that side. So let's go ahead and this is a pretty heavy kit. There's a lot of heft to this. All right, so we got the plastic off. Let's set it up where we can put the box in the background. All right, let's try that. Okay, so right off the bat, let's see. We have what looks like the nacelles, parts of the nacelles with a blue R on the sides. There should probably be 2 of those. We'll see. And let's see, we got the base. And we got the components. Let's see. We've got the Enterprise, the hull, the secondary hull. So let's go ahead. And they're sealed, so let's go ahead and open that up for you guys. There we go. Okay, first part's tree. It looks like there's another base. Now I'm not sure if the primary hull and a secondary hull are going to be displayed separately in still light, but that's probably what it is. A base for the secondary hull of the whole thing and a primary hull base. You can see some of the parts that are on the tree. It looks like it goes in the saucer section. Maybe the shuttle bay doors. And what could be the captain's yacht to go on the bottom. And what are these? This looks like some kind of arrays to go throughout the ship. I don't think they're escape pods, but who knows? We'll see. You can see the writing on this is ERTL, Iowa, made in USA. Nice. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Looks like pieces came off this section. And you can see where the fiber optic cable is going to pass through these. Right there. And the light's going to go inside. And I'm not sure what these are. We'll find out in the instructions. Okay. Next we have the Bussard collector area, and we have the nacelles. You can see there's a lot of detail on that. Very nice. And it looks like we have the other one. Nice. All right, what's this area? Actually, let's get this tree out first. This looks like the secondary hull, where the saucer pylon is going to attach. And again, you can see the detail. And look at the windows. There's going to be a lot of drilling on this model. Because those of you that follow my videos, you know the Enterprise D has an awful lot of windows. Because right now I'm doing the Eagle Moss build, the Enterprise, and there's a lot of windows in this ship. And you can see the battle bridge and the phaser array. And you can see the shuttle bay doors in the back, shuttle bay 2 and shuttle bay 3. Again, you can see the windows. And it's got some nice detailing on that. Okay. Now, what was this section? This looks like the saucer pylon. This one looks like it's kind of weirdly bent. Maybe when it came out of the mold, I don't know, but it looks, they look awkward, don't they? They look like they're bent. We'll see. You can see the detail again. Hope the camera picks it up. Okay, so that's the saucer pylon. It looks like there's another tree in here. So that looked like it could be the bridge section. The shuttle bay doors. And what is that? I'm not sure what that is. Again, we'll find out when we look at the instructions. And I'm not sure what this is going to be. Perhaps something to hold to the base. I'm not sure. Again, we'll find out. And the last thing in the bag is the bottom of the secondary hull. And this is nice and thick. But the problem with this model is if you're going to light the nacelles, what you got to do is you have to dig a channel and you have to run it for the wire to go up into the nacelle, and then you have to put putty on it and then hide it that way because it's one piece and there's no way to drill through it. So you have to dig a little trench or a channel for the wiring. But you can see the phaser arrays that are in the back and on the bottom, and the detailing is pretty nice. And that's the bottom of the secondary hull. That's everything that's in this bag. So let's see. I see some clear red parts. Looks like the impulse engines. Do we have any more of those? It looks like we got one of the Bussard collectors. That's pretty cool. In clear red plastic. Let's see. We have what looks like the primary hull. And again, it's sealed. So let me go ahead and open the bag. Okay, looks like there's some writing in there. ERTL. Let's see if I could find a date. 1997, Paramount Pictures. And this is the top of the, I'm sorry, this is the bottom of the primary hull. You can see where the captain's yacht's going to go. And the pin that's going to connect the primary hull to the secondary hull. And again, this is some nice detailing. You can see all the escape pods right back to the docking area of the battle bridge. And we got the bottom, or excuse me, we got the top of the primary hull. And again, you can see that detail from 1997. So this detail is pretty nice. A lot of windows. You can see the bridge area and the shuttle bay 1. You can see the transporter emitters. And of course where the bridge is going to go. B/C decks. And where the impulse engines are going to go. And again, it's got writing on the inside. ERTL. Nice. Okay, so that's everything in that bag. And looks like we have a parts tree that's all in blue, so I'm not sure what that earlier tree was. Let me go ahead and open this bag. I'm going to show you guys this parts tree. So this is going to be for the nacelles. The engines around the nacelles are going to light in clear blue. That way there you could probably paint this model without, you could put it together without painting it, if you so choose. You see the deflector dish and the part that goes inside. And the other part is the starboard or the port nacelle power units. And we have a couple of pieces over there, plastic for the blue. So that's what's in this bag. And let's see, there should be another, here it is, the other Bussard collector. So that's nice and clear. And let's see, this is the box that has all the goodies in it. So let's go ahead and open it up. So the first thing we see is that power pack that they spoke of. So let's go ahead and open that up. And it kind of clicks open. And you can see you have the power pack. And this is, you're going to put in the 4C batteries. and this is going to power the ship. Let's see, you can see all of the lights. Let me see if I can get that open to show you guys what they look like. You can see, looks like there are 10 of them, or I don't know exactly how many. I thought I saw 10. You can see the way they look, not exactly an LED. Now, I'm not sure if you're going to have to solder resistors onto this or not. We'll have to see in the instructions. You can see how big it is. And these will probably get a little bit warm on the inside. So let me put that back in so it doesn't get lost. You can see the lights. And more wiring. And that is the power unit. You can see it'll go into the jack, and you can see the little channel where this is going to, the battery compartment is going to go. And you got the little channel, you got the other half of the little channel, and you're going to put the batteries in. And then, just like that, it'll be nice and neat, and the power pack will be neat looking, and the battery compartment will be safe. So that's the power pack. What else is in here? Let's see. This must be that reflective stripping that they were talking about. Yep. It's like a thick, imagine aluminum foil that had a sticker on the back of it. And that's kind of like what this is. So I'm thinking that it's meant to stick and adhere to the inside of the ship. What you might want to do instead is use like a, let me see if I have any. This, the Rust-Oleum with the metallic finish is really nice. I like to use that in areas that are going to be lit. That way there you don't have to use this if you choose not to. But it's still good to have. So that's what that is. And let's see, what is this? It looks like we have the drill. And I'm thinking, yep, stuff is on the inside. A long time ago, I had done a model kit of the, I believe it was the Enterprise Incident, and it was fiber optic, and it had a drill as well. And it came with 2 drills. You can see it was the same thing. It came inside the handle. And you can see it looks like a switch. Now let me get this open and I'll show you what's in here. So you can see a couple of screws in there. And what this actually is we've got a switch and the power jack. So let me go ahead, I'll take them out to show you guys. So we got the switch to power the whole thing. And we have the power jack. You can see where you're going to solder the wires to. And then there's the jack. And then the power unit. I'll show you guys. This part will plug in just like that. So that'll power your model. So that's what's in that little bag. And that's what's in this. And when you want to use it, you put the batteries in, and you slide the cover back on. Let's see if I'm going to be able to do this for you. And because it's got a little, see the little trigger? It's like a flap, so when you push it down, it makes contact, and that's what actually makes the drill spin. So that's the drill that comes with this model. And what else do we have? It looks like there was an elastic, but time probably made it brittle and it let go. And we have some more cable. So this is probably the fiber optic cable. You can see. I don't know if the camera is going to pick that up. So you get the fiber optic cable. And that's what's in the box. You got the power pack, we got the drill, you got the switches, and the power jack, the reflective stickers for the inside. And it looks like that's everything that's inside of that box, that added box. And now we go to some of the paperwork. That looks like everything, yep, that's in there. So let's show you some of the paperwork. Subscribe to the Blueprinter, developed exclusively for the model kit builder. So, let me put that aside. And let's see, we got the decals. U.S.S. Enterprise. Copyright 1997 Paramount Pictures. And you can see the transporter arrays. They're all numbered. And the registry markings, U.S.S. Enterprise NCC 1701D. You see the markings for the Bussard collectors, or I'm sorry, the tops of the nacelles, and the sides of the secondary hull. Very nice, and they look like they're still usable. 1997. Well, the kit was sealed. There was a little bit of damage to the sealing, but for the most part, it was still sealed. So now that's going to bring us to the instructions. Let's do the thinner one first. Star Trek The Next Generation, sheet 1 of 3, fiber optic U.S.S. Enterprise. And this is 1994. And it gives you some information about the model and the ship herself. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise, her continuing mission to explore new worlds, to seek out new life and civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. Star Trek The Next Generation is dated near the beginning of the 24th century. 78 years have passed since the time of Kirk and Spock. Billions of stars in our galaxy are still being charted and their solar systems explored. A task so vast that without almost unimaginable changes in the nature of humanity and its space travel methods, this could go on for hundreds of centuries. During the time of the original Enterprise, 4% of the galaxy had been charted, not explored. Since exploration would have required visits to all approximately 11 billion stars and planetary systems in that 4% of the galaxy. By the 21st century, only 19% of the galaxy has been charted. The jewel of the Federation fleet, the Starship Enterprise, under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard. The newest and most advanced of the 5, as indicated by the letter D, its designation number, starships to carry the name U.S.S. Enterprise. This ship is twice as long as the original Starship, as seen in the original TV series, and contains approximately 8 times the interior volume, through having similar symmetry, including an engineering module with twin engine nacelles, large saucer-shaped command module. Much has changed when comparing this vessel to the first. Now, being a starship of less battleship sterility, it serves as more of a community and a home to 1,012 persons, mainly crew and their families. The last century has seen technological improvements which are centered on improving the quality of life. The living and working areas of this huge starship, over 2,100 feet long, reflect emphasis on the quality of life by displaying lighter, brighter, and more comfortable feelings everywhere, no longer cluttered with profusion of instruments, gauges, and control buttons. The newest Enterprise is equipped with black panels which touch or voice command will become informative information displays. Now keep in mind, this is before the Enterprise E. At the center of command, the bridge combines the features of the ship control room, briefing room, information retrieval center, and officer's ward room. Command and control is handled by two bridge duty officers known as Con. Command and vessel control duties include helm, navigation, and OPS, vessel operations including communications, engineering, and other aspects of ship operations. From the moment the starship's destination is selected and a journey began, every detail of the voyage is guided and monitored by a sophisticated 24th century sensor computer operation routine. Emergencies are sensed, analyzed, and countermeasures implemented long before human help is possible or even desirable. A large, well-sized holographic viewer is located at the forward part of the bridge, enabling the crew to visually observe happenings outside the ship in any direction. This main view is also used for communication purposes. Located behind the bridge, the conference lounge, lined with huge rear windows, offers a spectacular view of the aft top portion of the saucer section and the rest of the starship as she journeys through space. Filled with comfortable furniture and containing complete food and computer access facilities, this room is often used for conferring and counseling on various command-related decisions. A transporter beam device allows crew or cargo to be instantaneously transferred from one location to another. 15 transporter emitters are located in various locations throughout the surface of the ship. This allows transportation in nearly any direction with a range of approximately 10,000 miles. The design of the transporter allows the operator to filter out bacteria, viruses, and other foreign matter that may be picked up on the way back. Holodeck's specialized areas can be programmed to simulate almost any landscape or weather condition. And starting reality are used for training, exercise, and recreation alike. Since missions routinely last up to 10 years or longer, family members of the crew are housed in the ship's main hull. Though primarily designed for scientific research purposes, the U.S.S. Enterprise is armed with 12 individual phaser banks and 2 photon torpedo tubes, one facing forward and one aft, making her more capable of defending herself. With speed capabilities well into Warp 9, she can outrun nearly any ship in the galaxy. In the event of an attack by a hostile force, the main hull saucer can separate from the battle hull, and both can operate independently. This allows the crew of the battle hull section to engage in battle without exposing the crew and civilians in the main hull section to the same danger. With all these features and others too numerous to mention, the crew of the U.S.S. Enterprise should be more than capable of carrying out their mission: to expand the body of human knowledge, to provide assistance as required to Earth Federation colonies, commerce, and travelers, to provide Earth Federation security to seek out new life and new civilizations, to provide further understanding of the universe and humanity's place in it. Who are we? Where have we come from? What are we about? And where are we going? So that's the information that's on the front. This is stock number 8772. Form number 0998772. And it shows you the usual important building tips, parts list, and safety precautions. It shows you the recommended tools. If you want to check that out. Okay, let's open it up and see what's going on. So the first part, the formation of the power pack. You can see the switch. So this kit does require soldering. You know, I didn't even notice a section that has the switch come out. So there is no section. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to cut it out. I think you can see an area over there that you would cut out. And it have to be cut out so you can actually put the switch in. So that's what they're talking about. You can see the power cord, the 4C batteries. Then we'll move on to the formation of the base. And the formation of the assembly of the drill. The two AA batteries and the drill bit. You just push the drill bit into the front of the drill. In part 4, you can see the parts list of all the parts of the ship. And section 5, you can see where I was telling you where you have to form a channel to run the wires through for the nacelles. It shows you how to get it there and what to do with the wires and how to prepare it to run through the channel. And then it shows you the power jack. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the wires, the 2 leads. It's not a lit switch, so you don't have to put 3, just 2, positive and a negative. And you can see that that is going to go at the bottom, right there. You can see the wiring that's going to come out, and it's going to be at the bottom of the secondary hull. And you can see the reflector cup where the bulbs are going to go in, and then the wires or the cables, the fiber optic cables. And you can see the installation of the deflector dish. And you can see the finished power jack and the power cord, how it's going to go in. In part 7, you can see power cord to the power jack, the bottom of the ship. And you can see the wiring that it's going to go to the back of the light source connection. It shows you how to solder it. And that brings us to step 8, the battle head area, drill hole, the captain's yacht. In part 9, you can see getting the fiber optic cable ready. Make sure you get that in the shot. I'll put up pictures so it'll look a lot better than the video. But you can pause because I want to get everything in here so you can see all the information about this kit. Fiber optic bundle. You can see how that's gonna, all the strands are gonna go through the windows. You can see the shuttle bays. And you can see how the fiber optics are gonna go. You run the pieces and you have them sticking out the windows a little bit. And one bulb can light up all those windows. Use the micro driller. Carefully drill 16 holes in both halves of the dorsal hull. Note, drill through the molded windows of your choice. Bundle with tape 8 and 7 and 8 and 8 of the 8 fiber optic strands together. Affix the fiber optics to the pre-drilled windows as you did in the previous steps. Tape the 3 bundles together as shown. Cement the dorsal hull halves to the battle head assembly together. So not necessarily, it doesn't show every single window, but not every single window is lit on the ship. So it's up to you to decide which ones you want to light and not light. So that is sheet 1 of 3. So, moving on to the next one. This is sheet 2 of 3. Star Trek The Next Generation AMT ERTL. And you can see step 12. Use the micro drill to carefully drill 30 holes in the upper engineering hull. You can see you're going to do the upper half. And you're going to run all of the cables through, the fiber optic cables. And that'll bring us down to step 13. You put the halves together. And it shows you how to go about the retainer plug and the fiber optic bundle where it's going to light. The light bulb is going to go inside that. And step 14. So we have the remaining light sources. You got another reflector cup. Okay. So that'll bring us to step 15. You can see you're putting in the fiber optic cables again. Bundle and tape 30 to the 14-inch and 30 of the 10 fiber optic strands together. And you can see 16 is for the bridge and B deck. And 17, you're putting it on, attaching it to the top of the primary hull. And 18, you can see the retainer plug, how you're going to put it in and attach it. And we're up to step 19 already. Paint the 3 shuttle bay doors, light ghost gray and cement in place as shown. Note, these parts will need to be masked when painting the base coat after assembly is complete. You can see the impulse engines. And you can see where that reflective tape comes in. They're going to go into the nacelles. You can see where the wires are going to go. And down to step 21, we see where those blue things, those clear blue plastic pieces that I thought were going to be in the nacelles. Carefully align 5 engine lights and the Bussard light into each of the 2 bulb trays as shown. So you're going to cement or glue the bulbs in. Shows you how to wire them. So I guess you do not need resistors. You can see how they want you to wire the bulbs together. And 22, you're going to put those into the bottom of the nacelles. And it shows you to wire them in place. Step 23, more of the reflective sticker or the backing. And 24, you can see the Bussard collector go into place, as well as the power units on the side, the warp drive engines. 25, you do the same thing for the other side. Looks like the starboard side. In step 24, the tractor beam, plastic bag. Cement the main tractor beam emitter to the bottom of the ship as shown. Carefully mark and tape a plastic bag around the display base. Your model is now ready to be painted. If handled carefully, the wrapped display base can be used to hold the model while it's being painted. So after it's complete and masked off, you're ready to paint the whole model. And that's 2 of 3. Okay, so that brings us to 3 of 3. And this is form number 0992839. The decal application. Choose decals you want to put. Dip the decal in lukewarm water. So this is going to show you where the decals are going to go. It also shows you if you want to do the Aztec pattern. And it'll show you the dark areas are going to be the duck egg blue, and the base coat is going to be light. So the duck egg blue, I don't know if this is from the movie, right? Because I think the TV show, it was mostly gray. All windows with fiber optics, flat white. Without fiber optics, flat white. Paint top and bottom. See other side for more directions on painting your kit. And this is the decal placement and the Aztecing pattern. And this is the same pattern, but for the bottom of the ship. Again, it shows you the decals and the Aztecing pattern. And what do we have here? The side view. You can see the decals. The sensor strips go on the sky blue. The same location, decal 31. Phaser bank. That, of course, is the starboard, and that's the port view, port side. And let's see, the back is the wiring diagram. Let me get that into the shot for you. The ERTL Company Incorporated, Highways 136 and 20, P.O. Box 500, Dyersville, Iowa, 52040. It shows you the diagrams of where everything is supposed to go, and the label key, the parts key, bulb A for the selections, bulb B, which should be for the Bussard collectors, the nacelles, and bulb C would be for the Bussard collectors. So let me see, make sure you can get that into the view. And that is instruction sheet number 3. So there are a lot of instructions to this kit. So this is a very time-consuming kit. I wanted to show you guys what this came with. I don't know if I'm going to make it, only because I'm doing the Eagle Moss Build the Enterprise D, and quite frankly, I don't know how to get much better than that. As a matter of fact, let me put this over here for a second. And as a matter of fact, this is what I'm doing now. I'm working on the primary hull. The top part, anyway, you can see how large it is. And to give you a bit of a difference, where's the back of the nacelle pylon I had just shown you guys. Right over here. Now you can see this is for the model kit from AMT. And let me show you guys what I'm working on. How cool is that? And that's for the Eagle Moss. So you can see the size difference. And this one, we just got done wiring in a switch. When you hit the switch, you can see it lights up, and you got the flashing lights on the side. You got the beautiful impulse engine. Now, you can see the light in the bottom. Now this one does have what looks like a design flaw. I'm not sure. There's a gap in the top. You can see it's about 1/8 of an inch. And it won't show once the primary hull is on, but I've already contacted Eagle Moss, and a gentleman named Paul has told me that he's going to look into it, and he will get back to me. because everything is put into place correctly, but that gap is very noticeable. But anyway, this is the Eagle Moss, Build the Enterprise. This is not, I'm sorry I got off subject, but this is the AMT Fiber Optic Enterprise. And this model kit was from 1997. And if you guys were wondering what was in it, I hope this satisfied your curiosity. And this is a fun little video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I showed you everything that you could possibly know about this model kit. So if you were curious about this kit or what it came with, like I said, I did a video on it already. I had told you all the information needed, but I figured I'd show it to you as well, because you don't see this model very often or in detail like I gave to you today. So I thank you for watching, my friends, and until my next video, I'll see you guys very soon.